Okay, we're continuing Likkutei Halachos Birkat Hamazon Hey. It's on Torah 28 that we just learned about the demons, the Jewish demons. Those are the little trickier ones. Okay. What? Oh, the demon. That's a good question. Is he considered? Okay, so we're in paragraph Gimel. If anybody wants to follow along, it says like this. We have 4 brachas in the Birkat Hamazon. The first bracha is Hazan, related to Chesed. They have to draw down. Through the Chesed you draw down, you fix the 4 alfin, as it says in the Torah. Because we said the way to draw down, to fix the problems with the Dalet alfin over there, is by Chesed. What's Chesed? We said whoever stops someone from doing Shimush, then you're withholding chesed from him. So the idea to do shimush, which is bringing the chacham into your home. Once you make a salad out of all your ideas, with all your Torah ideas, then you start receiving from the Dalet Alfim. If you don't do it right, which is really hard to do it right, because as we all know, okay, it's only the Ramban, that Tzadikim Gemurim were able to do it ve'emes, to take the good out of the bad within Chochmas Chitzonius. There's so many things that you could be medayek on that could keep Amalek attached to it, basically. And that makes you connect to the Dalet Alfin Nefulas.
Dalet Alfin is for what?
The 4 Aleph that fell.
Right.
And this is the Birkat Hazan, which is the drawing down of the Chesed. It says Hazan to Olam Kula B'tuva V'chen Chesed U'Barachamim Ki La'olam Chasdo. Okay, so we see Indians of Chesed there. Second bracha is Birkat Haaretz, which is the main one, as it says in the Midrash. Ki Ikar Birkat Hamazon. The main part of Birkat Hamazon is the second bracha. V'chalta v'savata uvarachta et Hashem Elokecha ala haaretz. Zot habracha b'chin Ikar b'shachat hatikun shel Dalet Alfin. This bracha is the main tikkun of Dalet Alfin. Shnimshach al yedei achnasat orchim tzadikim. That's brought through bringing in to your house tzadikim.
Birkat Hamazon?
We're in Birkat Hamazon Hey, in the second paragraph. Okay, now in Likkutei Halachos we're in Gimel. Birkat Hamazon Hey, paragraph Gimel, okay? Shezeu Ikar Kollel b'chinat Birkat Hamazon, b'chinat Oreach HaMevarech, shezeu Birkat Haaretz, ki al yedei shemevachin al Eretz Yisrael, through blessing Eretz Yisrael, you draw down the Kedusha of the Orechim Tzadikim, that all their Kedusha is Eretz Yisrael, it says Tzadikim Yishu Aretz. Yeah, we have a question. Shiloh?
Is it possible also because the bracha, the pasuk, the halachos, the bracha leirachta, shows that this is a message of improvement?
Yeah, that's why it's al haaretz.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Did it say that?
Yeah, it brings that pasuk. Yeah. Okay, now Bonei Yerushalayim. Yeah, we're in Hilchos Birkat Hamazon Hey, paragraph Gimel. Okay, in the second, or actually third paragraph of Gimel. A lot of different numbers here. Birkat Bonei Yerushalayim. In this volume, it's on page Gimel. Page Gimel. Okay. Yeah, you have a question? Questions?
I usually go like this. I have a question. Very proper.
Wow.
I go like this.
Bonei Yerushalayim, which is the base Hamikdash. I say Allah Baita Gadol Vakadosh. This is Beita Ben Shamal Ar. This is the concept of building a house between heavens and the earth. What do the basic English do? Connected the heavens and the earth, right? In the Kodesh Kodashim was like the Chabad of the higher world, as it says in the
Chabad of the higher world?
Yeah, because
like
Chabad,
the real Chabad.
Chabad is Kodesh Kodashim. That's what it says. Tanya in chapter 20 and 52, 53 there talks about that the Kodesh Kodashim was the Chabad of the higher world coming in this world. Okay?
So that's like where the main.
What do you say?
Why can't we have a classic Torah at the main Chabad?
What do you mean?
I'm just
The Chabad house.
Classic Torah, the main, in the Kodesh Kodashim. That was
Oh yeah.
That's like, it's interesting. The classic Torah, right?
What?
You said Chabad is the Kodesh Kodashim, which is where the house that are on Kodesh. So that's the true Chabad. So when you do a classic Torah, that's the true Chabad.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
So we need to have a classic Torah. You got to get a Torah for the Kollel.
We're trying to get one. We're trying to get a Torah for the Kollel. Never.
One
You gotta,
vote for
you
Eli,
gotta get Torah for the
I just
Kollel.
think we should have a Knesset Torah now.
Okay, so this is the Hamshach of the Torah Kedosha that has Kiyum. Okay, what does it mean? The house that's between the heavens and the earth is the tzaddik, uniting heavens and the earth, which means they're able to take high concepts, but actually there comes out of it something that you could serve Hashem better with. Remember we said that the ones who receive from the Dalit Alfi and the Fulim, they get too high up because since they have tina on their lev, they have complaints in their heart against Hashem. Therefore, the Torah that they bring down is only higher level stuff with great reasons, but it doesn't actually help anyone.
Right.
Okay, they can talk deep stuff that doesn't help anybody, but deep stuff could help if you do it. If you're connected the right way, then it'll give the person a desire to serve Hashem more, or it'll give you wisdom that'll want you to come closer to Hashem. Mm-hmm. Okay, now the Beis Hamikdash in Yerushalayim, this is the main bite of Kiyum, which is the house between heavens and earth, which is the Sha'ar Shamayim, and it's the foundation of the earth, because over there is the Even Shtia, that the world was created from the Even Shtia. Okay.
Isn't it funny that Shtiyot comes from Shtia?
I don't know if it's...
No, I'm just saying it sounds the same almost. Shtia,
similar word, yeah.
But if you don't connect to the foundation, then you're going to have Shtiyot. That's the bottom line.
It's good. It's good Chiddush. So the Beis Hamikdash is the main house between the heavens and the earth, and that's the main Torah Amitit. Because over there was the Aron with the Luchois, and from there Torah comes out. Kivitzion Tetzei Torah. Because over there the Sanhedrin would sit and the Lishkat the Gazit, and they would receive the true Torah, as it says, Ki yipaleh mimcha davar lemishpat v'kamta v'alita el hamakom. Alken, therefore, through the bracha of Bona Yerushalayim, you draw down the kedusha of the Torah, Kedosha, which is this house between the heavens and the earth, which is the kedusha of the Beis Hamikdash. The fourth bracha is a Tova Meitiv. What does that bracha do? It's in order to refine and elevate the Tova Ganuz in the Torah of the Talmid Chacham Pagumim.
Talmud what?
The Talmid Chacham that's Pagum, the blemished Talmid Chacham. In the end of the day, he's still talking, well, most of the time in this category, he's talking Torah, but it's since he's receiving from the fallen olives, therefore his Torah is a little bit alive, messed up.
It's diminished.
Well, not diminished, it's like infused with klipa. So, but you could still extract the good out of the bad. Now, I don't think it's necessarily for everyone, or just the Indian exists. It's mainly for people. It's like a tzaddik who already finished learning the whole Torah. Then he has to go into the 7 worldly wisdoms, because that's what it says. Shiva yipol tzaddik v'kam. A tzaddik has to fall 7 times and get up, which means every time he learns something, he has to fall. He falls and he has to get up. But other people, the guy, you're going to fall, you're not going to get up if you learn that, because it's going to come into your brain, not going to know the difference between Kedusha and Kalipa when it comes to the mind.
You're saying that somebody struggles with the same...
He falls, but stands up afterwards.
Was the reference study Paul 7?
I think it's in, where is it, Kollel?
I think it's from Shlom.
I think it's Kohelet or Mishlei.
I think it's Mishlei.
Where is it from? Sheva Yipol Tzadik V'Kam. Where is it from? Mishlei?
It's Mishlei. I think it's Mishlei.
Yeah, Proverbs, right? Proverbs. Yeah. Okay, so now, Kituva Ganez B'Gavei. You have to refine and elevate the good that's inside of it, which is Tocha, Achal, Klipato Zarak. As we said that Rabbi Meir would learn from Acher after he became Apikoros, because he still was talking some Torah, but he took the good and threw out the bad. And this is the bracha of Tova Meitiv, in order to refine and elevate the hidden good between the ones that are going against the Torah. Because the bracha Tov Meitiv Shivanet Tik Nuha Al Harogei Beitar. Okay, it says that the Tov Meitiv, the reason why they made the bracha is for the people that died in Beitar, Shinitnu L'Kvura, that were buried. Harogei Beitar Haraya Al Shidliku Nerot L'Chur Beis Hamikdash. They lit the candles for the destruction of Beis Hamikdash, as it says in the Midrash Eicha, in the pasuk Bala Hashem. Anyone know a little bit more about the Beitar thing? You know about this a little bit?
The Bar Kokhba uprising in 133, 135. So the final stand of the armies of Bar Kokhba was in Beitar.
Oh, yeah?
They devastated 2 Roman legions, like 10,000 soldiers, something like that. initially were very successful. Then, if you recall, Bar Kokhba has assassinated his uncle, Elazar Hamadani. And from that, Rabbi Akiva, the sage says this can't be Melech Mashiach.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Power
we
got
find
to his head.
Beitar, around that period of time.
Yeah.
Hadrian was like,
Oh, yeah,
at the time was the Rome or whatever it is, and he specifically just in the Dafka said he put centuries over there, so nobody can bury his bodies over here. Why don't leave this as an emblem,
Oh, man.
Dafkanik, against
Real
and
Amalek.
anybody who ever thinks the man might make an uprising.
Wow.
That's what the Romans did. They had a decree, right, that they couldn't bury their dead.
And the miracle is that for 7 years these bodies, 7, 14 again,
What did it
did not rot.
Really?
And then on Tu B'Av of that year, whatever it is, there was a miracle. They came and they were finally given permission.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they were the Anshe Knesses of Gedola or Misak in the fourth bracha, primarily for this
Torah
miracle.
Meiti.
Oh, God. Wait, how many?
Sorry.
Usually they extract the good from the
Yeah. So what does that mean? Need to show. Shiyu mitnagdim al Yerushalayim Beit HaMikdash.
Maybe you're right.
There were those that were these people that were going against Yerushalayim and going against the Beis Mikdash, right? That was the main place of Torah.
Beitar with the Shema Kollel is the 613 minutes.
Oh yeah. So we should all move there. Just joking. Tzfat's good too.
Beitar Elite.
Yeah, you can move there too. Well.
That's where Pfeffer is.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after. Okay. So therefore, the ones that were against Yerushalayim, the Beis HaMikdash, which is the main place of true Torah, but they also needed tikkun. They had a lot of good in them. So the ones who went against the Torah and the Beis Mikdash, they also had good inside of them, but they made a mistake. Okay, they went against the Torah, but even though they had good in them, but they turned the wrong corner, so to speak. V'tam ta'utam mechamat shayu b'Yerushalayim rishayim. The reason why they made a mistake is because in Yerushalayim there were some evil people. But they actually did a great sin. Because they shouldn't be happy about the destruction of Beis HaMikdash, because that was the main place of true Torah. Just they made a mistake because of their bad learning. When they were given to be buried, so they became a tikkun of the dead. So when a person whatever gets buried, and then the bad gets sucked into the earth and the good stays and it goes up to its source and resting place. Therefore they made it bracha of Hatov V'Ametiv. Alken tiknu bracha zot b'Birkat Hamazon daika. This bracha is in the Birkat Hamazon. Mashlechora tamua mash shayachut shel kvurat harugei beita leBirkat Hamazon. At first glance, what does that have to do with Birkat Hamazon? You know what I mean? It's like we're eating bread here. Now it's saying a Tov Meiti of the people that died in Beitar. What's the connection? Yeah, it doesn't make sense at the beginning. But according to what we said, it makes sense. Because the main beer of Tov from the Klipa is through eating, which is the Birkat Hamazon that you do after you eat. And the main refining is to refine the good that is hidden inside of the people that are learning in the wrong way, which is the Harugei Beitar that they were given to be buried. Therefore, they made the bracha on the Birkat Hamazon, which is Tov V'Hameiti.
Are you saying that the food is also extracted, refining the food is part of the...
Refining the food is the same Indian. They
Right,
refine the good
right,
from the bad.
right.
That's what we're saying.
It's a good time to say that, to have that bracha.
Big stuff.
You're talking about people who are bad, but not all bad.
That's these Talmidei Chachamim, Yehud, Shadim Yehudim. They're the actual real Talmidei Chachamim. They know Shas, they know Poiskim, they know Chassidus, different things. But then certain things got messed up. Because of that, they're receiving from the fallen olives. So therefore, whatever they're saying, it's not. You won't say it's all bad because they're actually quoting Tosfos. You know,
So
they're.
you're saying Tov Hameti.
Yeah,
They're
maybe,
good,
yeah.
And then what would be better is if they didn't have the
Well, the ending of Tova Metiv in general is like Shechianu is when you have like a joy, a personal joy about something. Tova Mitiv is when it's like a public joy, where a lot of people could benefit from it. Like
Right,
having
so
a boy, like having a
Mashiach
boy.
comes, that will be one of the brachot they say, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, the Shura says.
What happened to boy would be Tova Mitiv because of the meal they were saying?
I don't know. It says I don't know why it says boys Tova Mitiv and a girl's Shechianu.
Right.
You know the
that's
reason?
a lot,
Because
right?
the Tova Meitiv is a bracha that where you see that it's good for the parents themselves
Because they want to have boys.
mate, and if someone could be Meitiv because the Gever is the one who's Meitiv.
Doesn't.
Mashpia.
Yeah.
That's the Meitiv.
Yeah.
Right.
Shechianu is your own personal.
Yeah.
When you have a second line, you say the same thing.
But it's very complicated. A lot of conditions need to be met to do it.
Okay.
I don't know off the heart, but I think there's over 15 conditions. What is it? You know the Mishnah Berurah over there, the Tova Meti for the wine, how many conditions need to be fulfilled? There's a lot of conditions there. It's not the easiest thing to just whip
You
up.
have to figure out if you can say the bracha.
Yeah, it's a complex CV. I don't know so well.
I went to somebody's house the other night. We did
4 Tova Metis? Oh shit! Aaron, we got a class on Thursday. That's next
four.
topic. That's next
He got all the
topic.
wine and he arranged it all, so I guess he knew what he was doing.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
But they cannot put arranged on the table at the same time.
Yeah, was it in front of you the whole
And
time?
they're young, you know.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll worry about it.
I think it's 5 minutes on every round.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, anyways, so over there it's a complicated situation. Okay, so now the Kollel, the Uvda. What comes out of this to actual practical? What comes practically out of this, guys? This is actually one of the most important points here. It's like,
It's the most
basically, we're trying to say that you're learning from these guys, they're getting different demons, and you can't get anything practical. What does that actually mean? That you have to pray to Hashem a lot to save yourself from these evil teachers that get from the Torah, the fallen Torahs. Because a lot of people fell into this. Now, actually, just a side note, we have this guy named Shatz. Everyone know what I'm talking about? He was the false Messiah. Everyone thought he was Mashiach.
Yeah, you don't
Shabbatai
say his
and
name. You don't say his
Tzvi,
name. You don't
yeah,
raise-
Shabbatai and Tzvi over there. He was the false Mashiach. Okay, now he got his powers from Tumah, but it looked like he was very kedusha because his face was literally shining of light. Okay, and if you hear what kind of stories went on back then, that he basically had such deep powers of Tumah that he would cause people around the world to fall into prophecies, and they would prophesize that he's Mashiach. Okay, and there was one like very big Rav that he was against shots, and then he came home and he saw his daughters prophesizing that he's Mashiach, and he said, yeah, he must be Mashiach. He fell into it too. The Taz fell into it. He was in Shulchan Aruch. Yeah, he's like, this guy's the real deal.
I don't understand. How could his face shine like light if it's coming?
Oh,
through?
so there's the Torah talks about, we learned about this in Shin Chet, okay? Ma'ore Esh and Ma'ore Or. We said it's Ma'ore Shemesh. We said there's Tolet Shemesh and Tolet Or, right?
Yeah.
So it's meaning that basically the Kalipa has a bechina of fire, and the Kedusha has also a concept of light or fire. But they're coming from different sources, which means if a person's connected to Kalipa, he could shine light in his face, but it's coming from a fire of Kalipa. So he was connected to that, and he reached such like connection to the Tumah that most of the generation fell. And that's when the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh came around. Everyone was all scared, to go with this guy. He's lighting ice on fire, different things, walking on water. People know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, but they know. But what happened to Baal Shem Tov? He was walking. He was in the forest, and he had to do mincha, and then he walked a long time in order to wash his hands before mincha. So they said, if he's going so far to fulfill a very small thing of derabanan, then for sure everything's from kedusha from him. Okay, that's different.
That's not the story. The story is that
What?
that's how Ayam came out with the earth.
And then he walked. And then the water came. Yeah, but he went so far.
But he put the effort in before
He
that
put so much
happened.
effort to fulfill
Right.
a small thing
Right.
of that's only derabanan. Okay, what's derabanan? No, he went all the way to fulfill besukha.
Do you hear about the story of when Shabtai, whatever, it's Tzvi, he did Yibor on somebody, he went into somebody else's
Oh, it's Yehuda
body,
Pataya?
because that's somebody else's
With Yehuda Pataya, that's right.
Yeah.
Someone came to Yehuda Pataya and he says, all these Christian ideas came into his head. He doesn't know what to do and he's praying.
He's going nuts.
And then Yehuda Pataya basically said that shots is inside of him. They had to get it out of him, yeah. The Danish guy couldn't do it, so he said, "You do it."
It's just funny. You know what's interesting about his story though is like his ending. Hashem, whatever reasons let him do the tumah, but his ending was so shameful.
That what?
Yeah.
He just convert to Islam or he dies and then he converted to Islam. But I'm just saying, what Hashem just basically said, I don't know why I did. You never understand why it happened, but he basically made sure that his end was shameful.
It's terrible.
You know what I mean? He did a lot of damage.
Oh, so his whole thing was his klal was that basically since the sparks of kedusha in the klipas, so in order to get them out, you have to do a veras. That's a people. Some people have such a. It's like a common problem that people when people get to high levels without learning halacha, they're gonna come to that conclusion.
Right. They think they're basically Hashem. They think they can.
Yeah. No, he did some serious sins. If you went in Yehuda Pataya Sefer, it talks about he did Mishchav Zachar with talis and tefillin on, etc. We don't have to befar all the
It's just to show you how wrong these people think they can go into certain
Bilam is like that too.
ideologies and things like this. Because Parsha Bo,
Yeah.
Moshe Rabbeinu is afraid to go to Pharaoh. Why? Because he's about to break the final klipa. Right?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
famous
yeah.
That's why it says come. It's a famous teaching. Even
Well,
Moshe Rabbeinu, on the level he was afraid to go into the final klipa
Yeah,
because
that's
of the
right.
power of it.
Yeah,
So even though he didn't think he was above and beyond, like he could do it without Hashem.
Yeah.
Hashem said, "Come, I'll go with you." So what does that tell you? Nobody's greater than Moshe Rabbeinu. So what
Yeah,
anybody
exactly.
the right to claim? Anytime you see somebody coming out and claiming that they can break this and they have powers of this, usually BSing.
Unless they're a
That's
true
the-
tzaddik. That's a true tzaddik.
Right, unless they're
Certain true tzaddik, like Rabbi Shimon said, "If not for me and my son, the whole world wouldn't exist." That's a statement of truth. Okay.
the statement that he radiated 13 years in a cave suffering.
Yeah,
bringing the secrets of Torah down. That's the real deal.
The real deal, yeah. Okay, now, okay, so now a lot of people fell into listening to the Torah from the other side, and causes bad anhagas. Okay, it causes you not to want to learn true Torah anymore. It causes you not to want to learn Gemara, Halacha, be close to Hashem. It takes you away from that. We know they're talking all this cool stuff. It's taking you away from actually wanting to learn.
The mysticism takes over. They just want to be mystic.
But those are not. That's not true
mysterious.
mysticism. True mysticism, as we learned, Arizal says, you have to know halacha to build the kelim, and then you're going to be able to do the Kabbalah. And also, Kabbalah is actually really hard. And it says if someone does the kavanas, actually tries to do them in a real way without actually holding there, it's a form of kishuv. It means witchcraft. Okay, if you're actually trying to do them in a real way, and you're not really holding spiritually, it's like witchcraft. That's for sure not allowed for anyone. Yeah, but no, I'm talking about doing kavanas in your davening. If you try to do them like, you try to be the Arizal, and you don't know how to learn Gemara, let's say, it's a form of witchcraft, which is it's going to the other side. Now, obviously, certain levels of basic kavanas, it's obviously, we learned about it in San Tzedek, that it's obviously powerful and positive to do. But once you're trying to be holding at the level of the Arizal, you have to do a lot of serious avodas Hashem to get to that madriga, you know.
Sure.
And the Chassidus gives everyone something that we could accomplish, especially in Likkutei. You're never going to accomplish what it says in your whole life unless you try like insanely hard. So, and it talks about super high levels over there. So definitely, that's the place you got to start with. Like in Torah Yud Tet talks about getting to the madriga, where you actually see the letters of the food that you're eating. And you're eating the letters.
I wouldn't want to eat the food.
That's a high level. So like,
who wants to see the letters? I want to see a burger.
No, you want to see the letters.
No, I don't.
Because the letters actually have a lot of pleasure in them. You're gonna get a lot of. You're gonna get
Trust
more.
me, I don't want to see the letters.
You're gonna get.
Why do I wanna see
the
the
letters
letters?
like change to cursive or something.
See, that's the thing. Why do I want to see the letters?
Oh, because they're actually the word, the spark of Hashem that's in it. You're gonna eat.
Does it make
You're gonna
taste
eat
any
this,
better?
It does much. It's much better like that.
Why?
You have to learn inside.
Fine, whatever. All right, I'll
There's
see.
a lot of madrigas talks about. Okay,
So what's the
that.
letters of burger? Bay.
I want to say also another point is like this.
Meditate on that next
This another important point for everyone to know. Okay, the Baal Shem Tov, when he came out with his students, they did very high levels of avoda also, And you see later on another farm that says the Tanya talks about we don't do halos amidos. What's halos amidos? Let's say a person has a bad hirhor about something, a bad thought. So you could say, Chas Shalom. Okay, let's say you had a bad thought of a taiva. So then you're going to say, what's halos amidos? You go into it and you elevate it to really that it's from a chesed and that it's really just, it's because you really love Hashem and your shorish. You elevate it up to that. So when Tanya says don't do that, it's the voda of tzaddikim. But what do you say?
You should go into the bad
Says what?
idea.
To do it?
Right.
The other Sfarim say to do it. What's going on? So the answer is that not to go into to elevate the taiva to its shorish. They're really because you love Hashem. That's where you're having that.
How does the tzaddik go about doing that? I mean,
the point is like this.
We should ignore it.
No. That's all what I'm saying.
Oh.
So if you're in Tanya, the pshat is ignore it. Yeah, don't do it.
Right.
But in other Sfarim, it says you should do it. So what's the answer? Is that in the times of the Baal Shem Tov, people were able to do that. Therefore, according to those Sfarim, you could do it. And then later on, it said don't do it. But now the chiddush is we see both in Dvar Malchus, Parshat Imor, and all over Likkutei Moran, that it gave you the keys how to actually fulfill the Torahs of Baal Shem Tov's be'emes. That means now you could do it. If you follow the right path, you reconnected a new way how to actually do it.
Well, give an example of the text.
Like eating the letters. That's like one of the examples. Like the Baal Shem Tov, they ate the letters.
Here we go with the letters.
Okay.
I thought you were going to give something more tangible.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff.
Well, what other teva?
What?
I mean, intimacy with the wife. What letters are there?
A lot of letters.
Okay. I mean, what, they floating in the air, you have to grab them? I don't know.
We're not.
I don't know. I'm
just accept it, okay?
I can't. I don't know. You think Tzaddikim really saw letters in creation?
The Alter Rebbe says but 3 days before he died, he started seeing
but that's
all letters.
He died. That makes sense.
Okay, but the thing
He's already
is,
disconnected. His neshama is already.
So a person could train himself to get out of physical taivas and get more into, because really the physical taivas because they have a ruchnius taiva, but the body is sleeping so strong, so it puts your soul into sleep. And also, by the way, a person's intellect in his brain is part of his animal soul. So the things that he comes up with is just an intellectual. It's just an animal that has ideas. So really, that's why it's adameh is there's a pasuk that says, "Avdu eshtenoisa." What does the pasuk say? It says, what's the first part of the pasuk? It says has another word of adameh over there. I forget the pasuk, but the point is that a person's thoughts and his actual intellectual seichel is also animal. So like, what's the soul? The soul is waking up your body and getting out of all that stuff and actually living in a... And okay, so the question is Mashiach gonna... the most of the world, and even the firm people, even the top of the firm people that are actually wanted to... No one's actually holding there. So what's going to be, right? What's Mashiach going to do? He's going to be like, okay, bye everyone. So there's a story of the rooster, right? Or the chicken to the rooster. Remember the story where a guy thought he was a rooster?
Oh yeah.
A turkey, yeah. Okay, so what happened with turkey? The guy thought he was a turkey, and then he said, and he's under the table, and he said, "I'm a turkey too." And he went under the table with him. And he said, "I could sit on a chair." He said, "A turkey can sit on a chair?" He said, "Yeah, a turkey can sit on a chair." And then he did it also. He said, "Turkey can stand up. Turkey can stand up." So that's what Mashiach's going to do. He put on pants, yeah. So Mashiach's going to act like he's on their level. We think we're turkeys. We can't do anything ruchnius. Mashiach's going to say, "Look, this is how you do Abbas Hashem." Oh, we could do that too. We're turkeys. We could do that. Yeah, you could do it. This is how you do kavanas. We could do that. You go up and up and up, and then
he's going to come down to the turkey level.
But then he's going to make you realize that a turkey could also do kavanas, could eat letters, all that stuff. Okay, we could do all the stuff. We're not turkeys, okay? Then you're going to realize, I'm not a turkey, okay? And you realize Thanksgiving is sheker.
Thanksgiving is not a turkey, basically.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is really Lag BaOmer, Hod Shabbat, okay? Hod LaShev Kitov.
We do that every day. So every day is Thanksgiving.
And we're using these, then we are turkeys.
And Lag BaOmer is the day of
Happy
turkeys,
Thanksgiving.
Okay?
Tomorrow we say it again?
We say every morning we do Hodu Hashem. Okay? And Lag BaOmer is Hod Shabbat, it's the main thing. Okay, weiter. Now, everyone, so a lot of people fell into this, so this is like telling you, you're a turkey. Okay.
Does the turkey have letters? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You can also once all these things happen.
But Mashiach goes down to the turkey. I don't know if the letters are there yet.
So he's gonna get up and up and up until you see the letters, okay? And then you can be like, wow, I'm not a turkey.
He's not gonna see the letters when he's a turkey.
He's gonna pretend to be a turkey.
Right. So, but he's elevated by Am Yisrael. So basically, in order for
Where
him to
are
get
the
to the
feet?
left,
He's gonna go down to the
right,
feet and say, hey, turkeys. This is what you gotta do next. You gotta put on some pants.
So Mashiach really gets
we can't do that, right?
So Mashiach really gets his power from the nation. In other words, by him elevating the nation,
it's a connection.
Right, I got you.
Things,
He's actually going to be able to see the
yeah. But what does it mean that Mashiach is going to go down to the lowest madrega? But then it's going to build, and we're going to grow.
That makes sense.
And they're going to realize that we could do things also like Mashiach does things. Therefore, what does that mean? All the things that are written in the Torah are actually being. You could actually fulfill them now. And the thing, the people from the Dalet, from the Dalet Alfi, the Fulin, they're going to tell you can't do it. That's different. We're going to see soon. One of the examples.
They're the haters.
Davening ba'arichus or davening be'emes. People, if I went to different yeshivas, I'd ask people, why don't we do what it says in the Tanya? Do this, avasichli. And they would say, listen, it's a lower generation. We don't do that today. Okay, I'm not the only one who probably experienced that. A lot of people went around and they saw what's going on and they said, why can't we do this? Why can't we? So on one hand, it's actually true for a lower generation. But once you say that it's not shayach for you because you're a lower generation, then you already gave up on actually reaching anything. And the thing is, actually now, since it's such a low generation, therefore, with a little bit of effort, well, it feels like a lot, but relative to what you used to have to do, now it's very, very small. You can actually get somewhere.
Our jobs are easier.
You can actually
than ever
get
before,
somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. You do this, you do that, then boom, you already get somewhere.
Why does a person's, why did Yaakov feel weakened? He's a tzaddik. You should be strong before he passes away because he elevated all the sparks of his neshama through this 130, what is it, 137? No, 147 years.
147 years.
So basically each day, whatever you elevate or refine goes back into Shemaim. So as you go live these days and years, you get less and less parts of your neshama are with you.
That's big.
Yeah, so it's
so what I was going to say is that...
so the avoda, that's why we don't live 900 years anymore, because Hashem made the job much smaller.
Yeah, it's like you raise your hand up when you say Birkat, when you say bracha and you're washing your hands before bread. You're like a Baal Shem Tov already in this generation.
Exactly.
It's like Indian like that.
The job more compacted.
You could actually get to madrigas with it takes a lot of effort, but you could get somewhere.
He shortened the lifespan though, so you can actually feel like
you can do it much faster.
Right.
You can make jumps.
So
you can make
when
jumps.
a person has 70 years average to live, he's
like
much than 300.
Yeah, like the Alter Rebbe's times, they would say before they went to Yechidus, they would spend 2 years in isolation, without talking to anyone, without seeing anybody, learning and praying all day to refine themselves. 10 years. That's what people did. Now you could do it in a couple. You could actually get pretty far in a couple weeks in this generation.
That's
if you really try. If you believe that you can do it.
Really, right?
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, it seems like most people gave up on actually getting into higher levels in spirituality.
You can get very far these days.
A couple of weeks get pretty
before
far.
Mashiach.
You could,
So Hashem wants to fast forward it.
But you have a lot of zruzos. You have to have a lot of outside kedusha. You have to push yourself actually really hard.
Come and learn.
You have to learn. You have to
seriously.
Yeah, but all that stuff is available. Yeah. Okay, so now everyone wants to fear Hashem, especially the young people. Since they were not mistaken so much, and they're not far away from their source so much. So actually, youngins, they actually have strong desires to come close to true avodas Hashem. But a lot of them get distance because of deot ra'ot usvarat kozbiot shel hamisnagim el ha'emes. You have bad philosophies, you want to call it? Kozbios means deceitful. Yeah. Kol adam kozev. Every person is deceitful. Okay, so they have all these deceitful ideas that they're around, and it makes them far away from the truth, that they receive fallen Torahs, that they transform the words of Hashem, and they said it's asur for you to pray at length. We got Kiddush Club, guys. You got to get there on time to Kiddush Club. You're not allowed praying at length. I'm saying a random example. I'm just saying.
The Haftorah is not important.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
No, but that's what they think. You can do whiskey shots during the Haftorah part.
That's also, yeah.
Safer tours out.
No, but they're going to say it's usher to pray at length today. There's other things to do. And they rely on a great tree as if they received this information from a great tzaddik. So look, I'll show you where it says. Vatolin bo buke sriki, empty vessels. Kichalila, we're in the Talmud. Kichalila lachshav kizot al tzaddik amiti. They cannot say about the great tzaddik himself that he's like that. Rakem bodim milibam sfarot sheker ke'ela shemshachim l'mugavim. They basically take from their bad svaras, their bad logical conclusions, blemished ideas from the olives that fell down. El ken al zot yitpalel kol chasid alecha leot mitzvah. They love it. Yeah. There's a story. I forget. There's a guy who told a story about when I forget the whole story, but basically there was a town where people were doing well and they would all drink a certain water from the town and everyone was fine. One day it got contaminated, the water, so everyone started drinking the bad water, and then everyone just accepted the fact that they didn't feel good because they're drinking the bad water. And then one guy said, "I'm gonna figure this out. We can't continue living." So he went far away for a couple of years, and he came back with good water. He said, "Guys, I have the cure. This is it. Everyone's gonna be okay with this good water. Everyone's gonna be healed." And then the rabbi said, "Get out of here. No one wants your good water," because the rabbis they were the ones who messed up the water originally. Mm-hmm. Now, if the guy's coming with good water, then they're gonna get embarrassed that they screwed up for everyone else. So they say, "Get out of here. We don't want to get healed," kind of thing. That's it.
Keep everybody.
It's a little bit more.
People rejected the Baal Shem Tov.
Yeah, he came to wake everyone up, and everyone's no. We want to stay asleep. Basically.
They can also control people better when you keep them asleep.
Love it. Yeah. They love it. So it says you scale them.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, some. Okay. Yeah. But it says also if you're doing l'shem shemaim, get elevated.
Well, that's really what I was thinking. When you're saying is that tzaddik does things l'shem shemaim. So you're saying the person who knows shots and knows all these things, but he's not doing l'shem shemaim. He's doing it with gava. Yeah. What about the person that's gava?
That's also daled in the full. Yeah, because gava means you're lifting yourself up. So you're only connected.
But don't they say that a person comes to study begava that eventually do l'shem shemaim?
Yeah, that's why you take the bad out of the good out of the bad. Sorry. So you could find. So God willing, we will find a ish emes to receive true Torah from that goes from Torah's emes without any psot and sheker and svara muchlefet klal, exchanged logical arguments. Even simple people have exchanged ideas. All the followings they did for their actions that are not good. They get distance from Hashem Yisbarach. Everything is because the bad learning. Shabal davar, which means the other side, Sitra Achra, puts in a person's heart. They said they cannot come close to Hashem. That's the Tahara puts in your heart. And all these false ideas go into the heart of a person that come from the fallen Torahs. Therefore, you have to pray to Hashem to save yourself from this and come to the truth. Even you're learning the highest levels of Torah, you're learning things that are helping. You have to always be careful not to fall into this thing that could basically make you forget. Like if you forget about Hashem and you forget that you can be close to Hashem. Like remember when you were a flaming Baal Tshuva and you loved Hashem so much,
right? Yeah.
And then now you're learning Torah all these years and you forgot about Hashem. So what happened? To reawaken that thing. Okay.
Right. How do you do that? I think the powerful hisbodedus is to remember how the Stormy Ra stage, how Hashem saved you and took you from the.
But it's also simple stuff,
like that though.
Calling out to Hashem, like simple stuff like that. Now you're from. You don't have to call it to Hashem anymore. You just learn to. You can fall like that.
Yeah, you can because you get comfortable that the presence that Hashem gave you to understand His Torah. It's like almost like a second riding a bike at some point. You wake up and all of a sudden you have your das and you're like, you can read and understand, and you forget to ask.